Okay, hello everyone, and welcome back. I do apologize for the technical delay. Um, Instagram, yeah, I don't know if you guys are going to be joining me tonight because it doesn't seem like my streaming platform wants to connect. Oh, wait, there we go. Ha ha ha. Patience is a virtue. Okay, I am here. I am in all of my spaces that I am supposed to be in. I am taking up the space that I am meant to, and I am honestly ready to, oops, ready to get this thing rolling. Okay, sorry, I'm here. So, one thing that as you continue to evolve with me in this space of me coming to you guys live more and more each Sunday, and then also realistically, like building my team, because it's a lot of things that I put in place ahead of time as a means to just be like the person that can just come, say hello, get the pleasantries out of the way, and get this thing started. So I don't have to deal with the technical side as much. But this is where I'm at until, my little team and my core people come on board. I'm speaking it into existence. So hello once again. Thank you all for joining me on another soon to be amazing experience of the Sunday sit down with yours truly, Nicola Treese. I am she is me, and we are excited for you to join us and be a part of the journey of growth, the journey of life, but more importantly, like my journey through all of this. A lot of what I speak on and a lot of where my hope comes from when it comes to helping other people navigate beyond the experiences or the challenges that they have been facing when it comes to growth, realizing that they've been fumbled, i.e., mishandled by the people in their lives, or they're now in a space of having to intentionally and purposefully move forward. That's what I'm about. We were designed to be evolutionary creatures. If you go back and you look at all of history, you look at where we've come from, the whole Cro Magnon man, monkeys, all of that. Like, if you believe it to some varying degree, cool, I'm rocking with you. If you don't believe that we came from monkeys, okay, I'm rocking with you too. I don't know. I wasn't born that long ago, so I can't speculate either way. But what I can say is from all of that information, what I gather from it is we are evolutionary creatures. We're not living in the Stone Age. We're not living in Elizabethan times. We're not living in what was once before. And we've had the opportunities of society to be able to see what that looks like through history books. I know that, some people are trying to cancel that in the history books, but we know our history. They can cancel it in the history books, but they can't cancel it everywhere. Internet is forever. The spoken traditions passed down from generation to generation. That's what keeps all of that alive. Know your history, people. But tonight, if you have been joining me week over week, the past what, maybe like 5 weeks, 5, 6 weeks, I have been sharing with you guys my journey of exploration with being fumbled, with being mishandled, being mismanaged by the people in my life that I genuinely still love, but some of them I now have a firm grip on. I have to love them from a distance. There's no other way to get around it. Like, it doesn't mean that I'm not in care of them the same as I was before. I'm just in care of myself a little bit more than I used to when I used to care about them and they didn't appreciate me caring about them. And yeah, this is where we are. But it's all a part of the grand design, right? So tonight, I know I said that I was going to take you guys on a journey starting tonight to be able to start working on resetting your mind. Because when you get to a point in life, whether it is in your career, whether it is with your family, whether it is with your kids, whether it is with your friends, whether it is with your significant other, or just another period, even in your career space, when you get to a point to where you either have to walk away or walk into a brand new whether you're making that decision on your own or someone or some other experience forces you to have to do those things, you get to a space where you're in what I like to call a holding pattern. And currently, for me, and some of you that I've talked to, and some of you that I may not have talked to, we're currently in this holding pattern. And the holding pattern is we've moved 1 to 10 steps away from the previous experience that pushed us into the space of moving forward and walking away. But we're not yet where we're supposed to be when it comes to walking more forward into who we're becoming, what we think, what we want our lives to look like. And I wanted to like catch the people in the holding space. To be able to just encourage someone and to really give some beneficial tools, tips, resources. I can't give you any tricks because there is no true trick to holding. I mean, sorry, true trick to healing and or holding. Like your holding place looks different from my holding place. And while we may have some similar experiences within this holding place or similar mindsets, if I'm not working with you directly, as one of my coaching clients, or if I'm not communicating with you directly, I can't know the ins and outs, the very nitty-gritty details of your current experience in this holding pattern. One thing I will say, because for me, in the beginning, when I got to the holding pattern, before I understood the holding pattern is actually a good place to be in, it's a safe space to be in. I didn't like it. Cause just like, man, I don't understand what's going on. For me, I've lived, what, 36 of my years of life with people that I went to elementary school with, middle school with, high school with, college with, beyond college. Like, I know what it's like to have the experience of life with people. And I'm very thankful, truly, for that experience. But that experience, how I went about it, it robbed me of myself because I never put myself in a position or an opportunity to see myself independently of everything else, independently of my friends, independently of my significant other. Like growing up in Tulsa, everybody knows everybody. And I just had a conversation with a friend about this last night, as a matter of fact. Everybody knows everybody that's a part of Tulsa, right? Cool. But I left Tulsa. I left for almost 2 decades. For any of y'all who don't know what decades are, that's 10 years at a time. So almost 2 of them. I was gone for 18 years. Now that I'm back, I have to give myself grace and credit to say, and this is my evolved understanding at this point, I was gone for 18 years. Those people that I was gone from, they continue to live their lives. They continue to do what they saw was best for them. They continue to develop their routines, their habits, their preferences, their friend circles, what they choose to do on the weekends, what they don't choose to do on the weekends. Like they've lived their own separate lives, removed from me as much as I'm removed from them. Houston is a completely different mindset. Houston is a completely different way of life. Like a lot of y'all will go visit Houston, but if you don't take the opportunity to like really spend time in Houston, you won't kind of get like what I'm saying. But Houston, everything is just it's go, 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 and it has to be like that because everything to me is so spread out. It's always in a constant search to get to a specific destination because it takes you a day to get to where it is that you need to go. Like in Tulsa, you can be 30 minutes driving and you're clear on the other side of town in Bixby. I do it every Sunday when I go to church. Shout out to people at Transformation Church. In Houston, 30 minutes, you're like pretty much down the street and around the corner, or you're just getting on the freeway and you've probably been sitting in traffic like 20 of those 30 minutes, not actually getting anywhere depending on the time of day. Coming from both of those spaces, for me, that's a part of my appreciation for the holding pattern because when I moved back, I had the Houston mentality. Now that I've been back for 3 years, now I have the mm, I can't even say the Toast mentality because I was removed from it for so long. So now it's just like, what am I on? What mentality is it that I'm not only in this place on, like where I am in my healing journey, but what mentality was I on in my previous experiences of moving back where I allowed certain things to be able to occur that had I been in a better mindset, had I been in a better position within myself, had I been focused, paying attention, eyes wide open, there's a lot of things that I would not have engaged in. There's a lot of people that well, not a lot. There are some people that honestly, in the holding space, looking back, I probably would have not entertained either in the first place or I would not have entertained for an extended period of time. And now being in this holding space, one thing that I say when I do form a connection, whether it is a previous connection that was broken due to distance, excuse me, or just a brand new connection, Lord, let me recognize them by the fruit of their spirit. Show me what they own. I don't know how you talk to God, but that's literally how I talk to mine. Show me what they own. Because he knows my heart, he knows my language, and he knows, ultimately like what I'm saying. And how had I not gotten to this space, honestly, I would just keep seeking the same things and trying to lie to myself and be like, "Oh, no, it's different. Yeah, I knew that person in high school, but I don't know who they are right now. Like, it's cool to let them in." Mm. Holding Nicole is like, "Yeah, I don't know about that. Because what are they on? What is it that they're trying to do? But outside of that, what are you on?" Talking to myself. And what are you trying to do? Talking to myself. What is the reason why you are seeking this connection? Being in a holding pattern, it's just like, okay, now I can take it out of specific people. Oh, I'm seeking this person, I'm seeking this connection because yada yada yada, or I'm seeking this person, I'm seeking this connection because XYZ. Why am I seeking the connections that I'm seeking? And in the midst of that, who am I seeking these types of connections? I'm also in the space of completing a mind reset in the space of holding. So, one of the first things that I want to say is thoughts and beliefs are extremely powerful. I tell people all the time, including myself, where your mind leads, everything else that could possibly come about in your life follows. Your beliefs will control the way you behave, not just the things that you say, the way you behave. If I need to dumb it down for the people in the back, the actions that you take are controlled by your beliefs. If you are not in touch, in tune, or mindful or aware of exactly what your beliefs are, you're going to behave as such. Using that word behave, like for me, it's like, it's funny because the other day, one of my best friends tried to say something foolish, like something outlandish that If I didn't know him, I'd probably believe it. It's just like, "Really? Like, you did that? Why?" But me knowing me, it's just like, if that's where he wanna go, if that's what he wanna do, who am I to tell anybody what to do ultimately with their lives? I can share insight, I can, try to give my sense of value as I see it, but ultimately at the end of the day, it's your life, it's your belief, it's your behavior. But as soon as the outlandish commentary came out of his mouth, me randomly scrolling on Facebook, it was like something to the effect of, "You keep asking a clown, why does he continue to be a clown?" When you should be asking yourself, "Why do you keep going to the circus?" So when it comes to the space of mind resets, most of us start with looking outwardly to what everyone else is doing. You need to start looking within. Are you the clown or are you the one that keeps going to the circus? Which one of those things do you want to be? If you're like me and you don't want to entertain the clown and you don't want to keep going to the circus, then you have to figure out how to ignore the clown and stop putting in the GPS. How do I get to this circus? Like, when you get in touch with your beliefs and you start to get on this path of wanting to control not only what you say through your beliefs or based on your beliefs, but also how you behave. This in turn can transform the way others will see you, as well as the chances you take and the way you present yourself. So, how you act is how you will be received and perceived. And if you don't want to be received or perceived in a negative manner or in a less than manner or at a in a manner in which you're vibrating at a lower frequency, what are you believing in that's leading you to these types of things? It ain't enough to just ponder on it. Like, you got to get to the nitty gritty and you got to be willing to do the work behind it. When you do all of that, get to the nitty gritty and do the work that will really start to unravel those things, that in turn will change the opportunities that you get, the offers and the blessings that come your way, and the things you'll ultimately accomplish. Again, where your mind leads, your body, your heart, your spirit, your entire life will follow. In the process of performing or preparing for your mind reset, you got to look at who you are. And it's crazy because I hear my therapist in my head right now. There's an exercise that I was supposed to do probably like a long time ago. He and I first started working together in February as a birthday gift to myself. It's like, I need it. Self love, right? But one exercise that he gave me was to do mirror work. I feel like I do mirror work, but I don't know what it is. Like, I'm afraid to sit down and stare at myself in the mirror, because when you look at yourself, there are no distractions, there are no people around, there's nothing. When you literally get to that point to where you lock in with yourself, there is a whole lot that is waiting to come out of those pretty brown eyes. The song, that's what it says, I see you. Somehow, some way, in this process of mind resetting, I am going to challenge myself and challenge you guys as well. Sit down and start to look at yourself for real, for real. If you're not willing to fully address the flaws in who you are, because we all have flaws, like, there's no getting around that. We're not designed to be perfect creatures. But if you are like me and you have those hesitations, then There are other different types of, like, mirror work or self-reflective work that you could perform. One thing I will say that I do like to do from time to time, and I need to do it more, because right now I only do it when certain instances occur or when other people promote my desire to want to do that, meaning, they act a fool, um, they don't open up to me, whatever the case may be, it's a myriad of things. But what I like to do is I like to lay on the floor in my living room, no TV, no music, no nothing. I just sit there and I see and feel my body from the inside out. So it's just like, okay, it may start with something so simple as, what do I feel on my back when I'm laying on the floor? I feel the carpet up against, the heels of my feet if I have on, jeans or whatever like I do today. Or I feel the hardness of the floor. What else am I feeling? I feel peace. I feel anxiety. I feel calm. Um, I feel pressure. I feel uneasy. Whatever the case may be, there are a lot of different things that if you just sit and be still, you gonna feel something. And a lot of people that I know right now have been programmed to be on the move to not feel those things. We in the process of performing a mind reset. Sometimes you have to be quiet. Sometimes you have to be still in order to mind reset to fully be able to launch you into the space of where you are wanting it to go. Um, but also being in that mindset of being quiet, feeling how you feel, our minds never stop thinking. Our minds never stop creating. Our minds never stop envisioning our world, our lives. So, in that space of just laying there, just quiet, not necessarily letting your thoughts race, but letting your thoughts go to a place that is deeper beyond your routine or your schedule or the fact that you forgot to send an email today at work or that your kid is in the other room acting a plum fool. Feel what you want to attract to you in this space of a mind reset. Not, it's a delicate place for me to have to say that because if you are someone who just experienced walking away from someone, something, some experience, or if you're a person who's contemplating doing that, it may be more difficult for you to see beyond the space of where you are here and now. But if you choose to walk away, or if you chose to walk away, there's still something else that you're walking towards. And even if it's, I would hope that it's not, if it's a relationship, if it's not a relationship type thing, sorry, it's happening every Sunday. Queen Son, I am live, brother. Like, I'm in it, he's calling me. It's just like, I love him. But it may be difficult depending on the space of what you're engaging in as far as your healing process to be able to see or to envision what comes next. See yourself as your next self. That is the law of attraction. When you sit there and you see, okay, well, I'm beyond this situation. Like for me right now, I'm in the holding pattern. It's just me. Like the next ring in my tree is my kid. I don't have a significant other. I'm not married. Nobody's woman right now. Like my next thought is just my kid, but my kid is where she's supposed to be right now so that then I can focus on myself. She's safe. She's protected. She's with her dad. Low key, she's 589 miles away. I love my kid. I do, but this distance, this 589 miles is needed for mommy to not be mommy and be Nicole Latrice. Because there's going to come a day where my kid may leave herself, or there are going to come opportunities to where she wants to go with friends, or she just don't want to be around me. Let's face it, woman to woman, she's growing into a young woman. There was times I didn't want to be around my mom, but I need to figure out, despite all of that noise, despite all of that extra that I know resides out there, what do I want to be attracted to me? Who do I need to be to attract these things? All right. I need to reset my mind to realize that our limiting beliefs can hold us back and prevent us from fulfilling our potential. If you have limiting beliefs, you won't take chances or invest in yourself. Now, that statement is very interesting to me because I take chances. Me moving back to Tulsa after me and my ex husband ended, not fully ended, the process began of that. That's a chance. Me giving people second chances, honestly, in my life, that's a chance. Me continuing to want to be open to community when community doesn't feel open to me in a way, that's a chance. So I'm willing to take chances, but I can say I'm not necessarily willing to invest in myself. That's the piece that I need to work on because if I am going to put myself in a space of a reset, and this applies to you too, if it's the same, you got to invest in yourself. You've gone through situations where you've made deposits into other people. You've gone through situations where you've given of yourself to other people. You've gone through situations where you were left by yourself, but you never took the opportunity to take that as a means to invest in yourself. I'm guilty of that, and I'm not gonna let it happen anymore. Like, this is a part of the things that I am actively, like, putting on my list of what I need to do in order to perform, like, a full mind reset. I reset my mind, hey, my life gonna follow, it already has. You must, I must transform my limiting beliefs. I haven't been aware really until I do the business space that I had limiting beliefs in the first place. And I also have to discover, where did these limiting beliefs come from? No one has ever told me I can't do something, I can't be something, I won't be something. Nobody's ever told me that. But nobody ever told me that I could either. So it's not always about you being told what you can't do, you being told what you're not capable of, you being told that you're not the best at anything. Sometimes if you're not having conversations to figure out what your best is, hey, limiting beliefs still come out of that because you can't see beyond what you're not talking about. Oof, that one was nasty. And that's why I'm here. Like, all I be wanting to do, honestly, I just be wanting my people to win. I be wanting to talk to them because you can't be the best version of yourself being just by yourself. That wasn't the plan, that wasn't the design. That ain't how you unlock that level of greatness that it is that you're supposed to go to. But some people aren't willing to let other people in. Some people are very judgmental and critical of themselves, so they feel everyone else will be as well. Some people don't feel the best about themselves in their current situation that they're in, and they're like, "Oh, well, if I already feel this way, what am I going to talk to somebody else about it for?" So you can see exactly how far you've come. or that you are doing a good job, or that you are a good person, or that you are capable of so much more than you never thought that you would be. Sometimes the right people can help you counteract those limiting beliefs. But if you can't let people in and if you can't see the full picture for yourself, we may need to start with identifying your mindset. Yeah. And being able to identify your mindset, like honestly, it starts with just a couple simple questions, nothing crazy. You ain't gotta be instantly deep as the Laurentian abyss. Like, no, you can skate on the surface for a little bit. One could be, where do you want to be? If you're like me in the holding pattern, where is it that you want to be? Right now, you have the opportunity to look at where it is that you want to be next, where it is that you want your life to be, where it is that you want the people in your life to be. Also, another question you could ask yourself is, what do you want to accomplish? If it's tangible things, meaning, I want to make $50,000 a month. Okay, like that's a good thing to want to accomplish. Got to figure out where you are right now, where you need to be to get to that point. But yeah, what that's something that you want to accomplish. If you want to be in a space where you are consistently practicing more self-love, more self-awareness, okay, how do you see yourself? You can't say how you see yourself, then you're not going to be able to see or be able to communicate how you wanna practice more self-love. Okay. But very simple questions. Like, and they can be daunting. Some people are like, "Yeah, but that's too broad." You gotta start somewhere, and it's about building that muscle of identifying your mindset to know what it is that you want. Like I say, I'm not done with love. Love ain't done with me. We just ain't speaking to each other on the same level right now. Does that mean because of my past experiences, I don't want to be in a committed, faithful, and loving relationship? No, it don't. It just mean right now, that ain't it. But because I still have the desire, because I've identified that within my mindset, okay, when the time comes, there are certain things that will be more active, become more active in that actual pursuit. But I still have it in my mindset right now. In performing a mind reset, you have to learn to let go before you can fully move forward. In that statement of what I just said, letting go to move forward, what comes to mind is honestly writing a eulogy of your former self. And eulogies are tied to and attributed to death. And if you are committed to performing a mind reset, some of the things before must die, must end before the new beginnings can actually occur and before the new path can be laid. A eulogy doesn't have to be a bad thing. It can be a celebration of the ending. It could be a celebration of the person that you once were. For me, there's a lot of life. There's a lot of experiences. There's a lot of like amazing things that came from these past experiences. I have my daughter, I have my friends, I have my family, I have an appreciation for the way that I love because the way that I love is different from the way that other people do. The way I express that love is what died because the expression of that love in that manner put me into a place to where I'm left with nothing. Those people, those experiences still have that semblance of my love, but in the holding pattern of where I am, I gave all my love away. Now, I don't believe that that's something that could truly happen, but we're talking about a mind reset. So, if we're going to reset it, we have to uncover what are the minute things, what are the little specks of salt of memories of thought process that will hinder or continue to go with me moving forward, and that ain't what it's supposed to be. I need to celebrate what was. I need to honor what's died. I need to take with me lessons, not necessarily memories, lessons from that into this new space because this is the filter before I get into my next space of life. Eulogy. Throw a party if you need to. People out here throwing parties for everything else, divorce parties and but it's a means to move on. It's a celebration to what comes next. In the process of, doing a mind reset and looking forward, like one of the things that can also help you out is to think about the last time when you were truly happy. And if you cannot recall the last time you were truly happy, what is your sense of true happiness? True happiness is something that should come just from you. It shouldn't be as a result of someone else. At the end of the day, you were brought into this world on your own. Even if you are a twin, you were brought into this world on your own. One came out before the other. Y'all both didn't go through that birth canal together. Child, if that was medically possible, bless the woman's heart. Whoever experienced anything like that, like if it was me, I'd be like, take me now, Lord. But and when you have this walk of life, there are certain areas in your walk of life where you are also going to be on your own. I'm in my wilderness. I'm embracing it and I'm appreciative that the Lord is now allowing certain people to come in view when I'm in my wilderness place. He ain't gave me the go ahead to fully let, people all the way in. But I'm not as in the complete center, the thickest part where you can't see I can't see out, they can't see in. The Lord has brought me, certain what is it? I can't even think about it, but it's like when you go on a hike and you have the people who lead the hike. I don't know why I can't think of what this is like, but yeah, it's certain people can come in and just be able to navigate either with the stars or with the lay of the land stuff like that where I am and be like, oh hey, it's good seeing you. You've been gone for a while. We're just coming to make sure that you're good, like, you're not lost. Do you need help? Do you need assistance? It's just like, "Okay, no, you're good? Alright, well, we gonna go on about our way. If you need something, let me know, send up the flare, here's a radio," whatever the case may be. I have never been hiking. I just see it in shows, so y'all have to bear with me on that analogy. But that gives me appreciation because that lets me know that, okay, even though I've been in this wilderness for a good little minute, it's okay to come closer to the edge to see, okay, what's going on? Who's out there? Who's rocking with me? No, all right, I'm ready to go back deeper into my wilderness because it's my life is not my own, it's God. So wherever He's leading me to at this point, I've surrendered. Oh man, the things that have come about in my surrender. That is going to be a whole other conversation on a whole other day. 'cause, oh, it's been so good. So, so good. Oh, man. Sorry, I be trying to keep my thoughts contained, because in talking to you guys, my mind can go several different spaces that is just like, "All right, Nicole, you getting off topic, you getting off subject, like, let's focus." We are talking about transforming limiting beliefs, identifying your mindset. In order to identify your mindset, you gotta be truthful. Ooh, you gotta be truthful. When I said think about the last time you were happy, if you don't know the last time you were happy, that's unfortunate. And it's unfortunate because I'm kind of one of those people. I can tell you happy moments that I've had, but me being truly happy, what does it mean be truly happy? Like I said before, I've lived 36 years of my life with other people, constantly with other people. I have not been in a position until now to be able to see myself and make those determinations. But I'm appreciative of it because I still want my life to go on. I still want to continue in the pursuit of happiness. Like for real. But I don't want it to be a blind pursuit. I don't wanna pursue someone else's happiness. I don't want to, pursue this false perception of happiness that other people have directed my way, and for me, that really comes from significant others. Like, if I can do something that's going to make them happy, I'm happy. Cool. But just because I'm doing something to make them happy, am I losing or sacrificing something of myself? Which is affecting my true sense of happiness? All right, message received, Nicole. Figure out what truly makes you happy. Once you figure out what makes you happy, like that's what you are going to try to accomplish. I want an 8 bedroom, 8.5 bath estate. I ain't gonna call it a mansion. I'm gonna call it an estate. Imagining that makes me happy. And the reason that it makes me happy, it is not for the notoriety. Let me pull that back a little bit. 8 bedroom, 8.5 bath house sitting on 12 acres. I don't know where the 12 acres is coming in, but it's always been on 12 acres. I only really need two for the house because it's about 11,000 square feet. Two masters, one upstairs, one downstairs, got an elevator, got a media room, got my own office. Like I got the blueprints and the floor plan already. I bought that long time ago because I'm serious about it. But what makes me happy about that, it is not the notoriety aspect. Like some people will look at a big house and be like, dang, that house is big. That person must have a whole bunch of money. I want that house because it is an investment in myself. It is an investment in my future family. It is an investment in future opportunities for my family to be able to come together. Like I told my friend yesterday, when I get that house, not if, when I get that house, everything is going down at my house. All my family functions, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Kwanzaa, birthdays, pool parties in the summertime, like everything is going down at the estate because I love my people. I love my family. I love my friends. I love my extended family to where I want to be able to be the one to facilitate certain opportunities and certain moments for us all to come together in a safe space where if alcohol is involved, you end up drinking too much, cool, go find one of them rooms upstairs. Don't go in the masters. My mama got the one downstairs. I got the one upstairs. Don't go in the masters. But I'ma make sure of those other 6 bedrooms. You got a place to lay your head because I don't want anything to happen to you because of the good time that you had with me. I have to also ask myself in this space, I have the vision. What is it going to take for me to actually get there? There are parts of my mindset when it comes to finances. There are parts of mindset when it comes to my idea of community. There are parts of my mindset in one way, shape, or form that I know that I am going to have to change in order to continue to be prepared for that part of my life that it is that I want to live. I can't let what other people do in the natural space of living their lives affect me the way that it has affected me because then them people ain't going to be invited to the cookout. Them people ain't going to be invited to, come to the house for a week and just chill out. Let's have a reset retreat. You don't have to worry about nothing. Just bring your clothes. You got kids, all right, bring the kids too if you have to. We got in-house childcare. Like, but if I don't change my mindset about how people are capable of handling me, or if I don't change my mindset of how I was mishandled in the relationship space and not letting that transfer over to even my friendship space, I'm not going to be prepared for that version of my life. What do you, Nicole, need to do now in order to be able to get to that space? That's a legitimate question that I have to ask myself. And if there is something for you watching this video that is a little bit more tangible than where I am currently for this 8 bedroom, 8.5 bath estate, why aren't you there now? What are some things that could be done right now in the immediate space of walking away, coming to the decision of having to walk away? If you've been walked away for a good little minute, you good on yourself, why aren't you where it is that you want to be? And if you do feel like you're there, does it look like what you wanted it to be? And if it doesn't, then are you really truly where you want it to be? In that regard, try using mindfulness and metacognition, to listen to the contents of your thoughts. What are your beliefs in relation to those things? So if you have not achieved what it is that you intend to achieve, what thoughts have been in place to where you have not done that? What thoughts have limited you? What thoughts have um, been a bit selfish instead of selfless? What thoughts in the back of your mind do you know this is something that you shouldn't be thinking about or having a desire for, but you still choose to embrace it? What are you doing in your mind to stop anything that's meant to come your way from coming your way? You got to get real with yourself on that and you got to get crystal clear. That's why for me when I am in the active work process for my own life and then working with my clients, we always start with a vision board. Because if you don't know where it is that you want to go, how do you know when you get there? How do you know if there's where you're supposed to be? How do you know if there is a lateral move from where you just came from? Depending on how long you engage in a particular situation, you become programmed for that particular situation. So when you're in a space where you have the opportunity to move forward, you may do a lateral move. It may be a different person, but the same movement because you don't know where you're going. You don't have a plan. You don't know why you believe that it is that you want these things. And you haven't given yourself the opportunity and the space to see certain things about me, certain things about my mindset. It's hindering me. It's stopping me from doing what it is that I need to do. I say that to y'all, and y'all can't see it because it's off camera. I don't try to like this background. It's a normal background in my house. Like nothing is staged. The candle may be lit, but that's about it. candle may be lit, but that's about it. Sorry. Right here next to me, I got a whole so I have a sectional. It's an L-shaped sectional, 2 pillows. This is good, and not just for the sake of this video. Just, kinda this is where I've grown accustomed to sitting right now. The only reason I sit here right now, my favorite place in the section was in the crack, where the 2 come together. That's my favorite because it's just like, I don't know what it is, you just covered on both sides and both sides of your back are, supported and you can just really settle in if you doze off. Hey, you good. I got clean clothes on my dang couch right now. Just because I have not put enough real thought and enough belief of, "Nicole, like, you know better than this. This stuff don't need to be on your couch. This is not you. What is going on? Why are you not doing it?" And I tell myself, "Nicole, you need to get these clothes folded." I have even washed clothes again from the last time. So over there is clothes from 2, 3 weeks ago. Immediately right here is clothes from last week that I washed. I need to get serious on my beliefs about the way I want to keep my home. And my friend is like, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's cool. Don't nobody ain't nobody coming over there anyways." But that ain't the point. This ain't what I believe. This ain't what I normally do. This is not how I normally behave. Whether somebody's here or somebody's not here. I don't want to um settle back into the space. It's been a while since I've been in that space, but I don't want to settle back into the space of my house looks one way and then when somebody coming over, "Oh, let me go move this to somewhere where somebody can't see it." And that's how a lot of us in life be. My house look one way. Oh shoot, somebody's coming over. Let me try to make it more presentable. Check your beliefs. Get in touch and in tune with them. Because once you do, I think you'll often find that your beliefs and your thought processes are actually what's holding you back from taking chances, from growing, from being comfortable on the other side of being uncomfortable, from working out more, from folding clothes, from handling your business opportunities like you're supposed to. We gonna check all of that, and we gonna get in touch with all that. I ain't gonna hold y'all too much. Next week, we still got more preparation to do. We gonna touch on the fear element. We gonna touch on lack of self-esteem. We gonna touch on failures because we need to get to a space before we fully get into the mind reset to bring all of what we can to the surface. So it's just like, boop, all right, don't need that. Boop, no, that ain't serving me. Boop, all right, I need to move that here. So that way, when we get into the process of actually starting the mind reset, and I think it's gonna be like, what, maybe 7 weeks. I don't know for sure once I go back and look at the plan. Um, but yeah, if you're not starting with a space of awareness, the journey to get to wherever it is that you're trying to go is gonna be that much harder and that much longer. I don't want that for any of y'all. I don't want that for myself. Let's get real with ourselves, people. So I want to say thank y'all for real, for joining me. Like I said, not only tonight in this part of my journey, for trusting me to be able to shed some insight and some perspective on some things that hopefully will be beneficial to you and hopefully be able to help you throughout your healing journey. I want all my people to be happy, whole, and confident for real, for real. I don't want to leave y'all, but I'm going to. 'Cause an hour is more than enough. If you need to go back and rewatch this, please do so. If you want to leave any comments, good or bad, if you have any questions that may arise within yourself as a result of watching this, if you know anyone who could benefit from listening in on this conversation tonight, about the preparation for the mind reset. Send it to them. I am on 3 different spaces for a reason. Please like, share, comment, follow. I want it to go where it's supposed to go. And I know it will because the God I serve said so. But I love each and every one of y'all. I hope and pray that you all have an amazing week ahead, that you are afforded the opportunities to connect more and more deeper with yourself if you need to, and also to be able to connect more with other people as well. In person events are coming soon. I just have to figure out how and when I want to do it. And then also with this weather change that's currently on the horizon, Nicole is anemic, and I don't necessarily be going out if I don't have to, and I can't invite everybody I want to my house. I don't know. I might do an Airbnb type situation, but I'll figure that out and let y'all know. But have a good week. As always, I wish each and every one of y'all a good life filled with real love and all of the above. Until next Sunday, where we continue to prepare for a mind reset. I love y'all, and I hope y'all have a good evening.